Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
Stay frosty. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Friday night live stream. It's Ian K, creator, producer, and host of Peep This Out Reviews here on YouTube. Guys, give me that thumbs up. Let me know you can hear me okay and see me okay. And that'll guarantee that everything will be moving along pretty nicely as long as we can get that out of the way right in the beginning. Great to see everybody here. Looks like here in the lobby, we have got about 30 people according to this. It's a little bit more on my side, so that'll begin to stretch as we go. But great to see everybody here. Thank you so much for jumping on. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to definitely let you guys in on as well. It's going to be a pretty fun week, I have a feeling, for you guys, definitely early on in the week especially. We'll go from there. So of course I've got a couple of reviews for you tonight as well, so this should be a lot of fun. Shout outs to Mama Peeps. I'm not going to forget right in the very beginning to moms. Hello, hello, hello. You know I love you with all my heart. Thanks so much for being here as well, along with everybody here in the chat. Let's see who we've got here right now. We'll get started in just a minute as always. Tony Montana, what's going on? Thanks so much for jumping in. I appreciate you. As long as you guys know, Friday nights, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is when I usually hit up the live streams. If there's a change in the schedule at all, you'll find it on IG at Peep This Out Reviews. I usually post it as a story as well. But it looks like you can hear me okay and see me okay. Everything looks like, knock on wood, it is moving along. Let's see, Lord Darkside, what it do? Thanks so much for being here. We've got Min Lee, Randy Molina, Sherry from Just Me Out here. Thanks so much for jumping on. It's a little bit cooler today, not by much, but I do have my fans going. It's a little bit more tolerable, so hopefully you're doing okay out your way as well, Sherry. Let's see, Ethan Olson. Thanks so much for being here. Min Lee likes the nice Halloween background. You'll see them rotate throughout the season. I'll see if I can find a few others as we go, but I like the little calming, threatening aspect of that last one. I was actually blending two soundtracks there to give you a little bit more to listen to. So always come with your headphones if you can, so that way you can really kind of take it all in the very beginning. But naturally, when you catch this on the replay, which you'll be able to do tomorrow, because I'm actually filming something impromptu tomorrow that I'm going to try and have out for Sunday, and then something special is coming for you guys early in the week, so there'll be a lot of fun stuff to look forward to here on the channel. Let's see. As you guys know, I'm officially 49 now for the last few days. We'll talk about that as well. You guys can find all the goodies about my birthday adventure that day on 9/11. Actually, on my IG, there's actually, I think I called it B-Day 2022. I think it's there. I went to the Warner Brothers lot. They have a studio tour I was taking there. Had a beautiful dinner, just a really, really great time with the wifey, and then naturally my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law later on that evening. So there's a lot of great stuff in there as well. And if you want to see some awesome movie props that they actually used in Batman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, everything, Superman, all the cool stuff was there. I was like literally just nerding out on everything. I took as much video as I could. So hopefully you guys dug that, but you can find it on my IG at Peep This Out Reviews. And if you're not subbed over there, definitely hit that subscribe and follow. That would be great. Let's see here. Ethan Olson just got back from seeing the movie Barbarian. Yes, I do want to check that out, actually. So I want to definitely check it, of course. Jay Nepper in the house. Thanks so much for jumping on. Oh, snap, crackle net. Here we go. Pop indeed. It's great to see you, my friend. Thanks for jumping in there as well. Let's see. Chulor, how are you today? How are you doing today, Ian? Doing okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. Taking a little bit of a break from editing the last couple of days, all the content that you're seeing out there. It's definitely, I'm just enjoying all that stuff. You know, naturally that's been coming out this past week, of course. We'll go into the quick breakdown before we get further in, of course, in just a few minutes as well. Let's see who else. Constance Cherry's there as well. Loving the whole Halloween thing. Larry Nguyen, what food review are we going to be doing today? All will be revealed. I always want to tell you that. So have no fear, it will be along. And naturally, if you're watching this on the replay at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, shout out to them kids of mine who just subscribed as well down below. Very, very cool. You guys will be able to find the details down in the first pinned comment of all the goodies, how to kind of keep in touch and all that fun stuff as well. Everything is there. Let's see here. Ethan, it's pretty gruesome, really messed up. Nice. I can't wait to check it out. I'm very much excited for that. And Mr. Nepper is assuming that if you were to if you were to see the backyard of Mariah's house, this is what you'd be looking at. That is awesome right there. Drew's getting crazy with it too. 100 days to Mariah Christmas, Mr. Nepper. You already know what it is. Let's see here, going a little bit further on down. Hi, does he review Starbucks drinks? Every once in a blue moon. If you do a quick search, you may even find, I think I may have a playlist set up there with just a couple of things. But just do a search for Starbucks and peep this out and search there, and you'll see whatever I've done will probably pop up. I think it was the pink drink, and as I think a unicorn drink of some type. I think it was a while back, if anything there. I don't usually do those types of reviews, but if there's something that really kind of piques my interest, then yeah, I'll probably give it a shot. Let's see here. Freddy Foodie King jumping in there as well. Thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you, man. Let's see here. As we go further on down, Ed Keaton as well is in the house. Thanks so much for jumping in. Happy Friday to everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Ethan, there's still no horror movie that can top the sheer terror news that the news stations bring. I know. That's why I don't really watch the news that much, to be honest, and I catch usually what I can on usually the ABC stories or NBC stories on IG, something kind of quick. I just can't sit there and watch the day's travesty. It's just not my thing. Definitely not. So that's just the way I do things. Let's see here. Randy Molina saying hello to Freddie. Jay Nepper, backyard. It's getting crazy already here. Let's see. Freddy Foodie King got a nice rum and coke. Nice. Turning into tonight's live stream. Beautiful. You already know what it is with the dab on the side. That sounds actually very good right now. Of course, that is definitely a drink of choice of mine as well. Goblin Milk, happy Friday. Thanks so much for being here. I need to put out the banana pudding shake for Whataburger. If I had a Whataburger close by, believe me, I would love to check out what they have to offer there. I haven't actually seen a Whataburger since actually 2016 when I was in Galveston, Texas, just for a little bit there to and from the airport, essentially, to where I needed to go. So I saw there was a whole bunch of them that are there. But here on the West Coast, we don't have them in Southern Cali. That's there. All right, so as we jump in, Tony Montana. No spoilers, but at least one's thought the latest episode of She-Hulk Attorney Law. I haven't seen the last couple, so don't say anything about them just yet. I'm really not really enjoying it. I got to be honest with you. It is not really my thing. Although, you know, the Daredevil show, when that launches, I will get into that because that's one of my all-time favorite Marvel Netflix shows for sure. It was awesome. They're not continuing that storyline from that, which is fine. But as long as we have the characters and the actors playing them, I'm okay with that. Let's see. Drew, I'm sure you enjoy peeping on Mariah's booty meal. Well, if they come out with it, we'll have to peep that out. That's for sure. You already know. Good times. All right, guys, just to jump into it here, it's about 7 or so past the hour. Welcome to the Friday night live stream. As you guys know, it is definitely something I look forward to doing, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Friday nights. Should you guys wish to contribute to the channel, just to get it out of the way, you'll find all the ways to do that down below in the description box. But naturally, super chatting is available to you here at the bottom of your chat. Naturally, but YouTube does take a little bit from you to do that, of course. You'll find the link to the PayPal stuff in the description box, as well as if you're watching this on desktop, it's in the upper right-hand corner of the banner up above as well. A little goes a long way, so just to put that out there, it is all just me doing this stuff. So thank you so much in advance to all my amazing patrons as well for doing what you guys do. Of course, anyone who does contribute becomes official sponsors of the channel. Naturally, you'll find your names down below in the description box as soon as the replay is live for sure. And if you're watching this on the replay after 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, September 17th, then you already know what it is. And you also know what we're reviewing too, which we'll get into in just a bit here. So great to see all of you guys here. Thank you so much for being part of the Peep This Out family. I always say you guys are familia, and I mean that. We really have a really great community here on the channel, and it really is a testament to all of you guys. And I appreciate you guys digging all the content that's been coming out and all the stuff that you're going to see this coming week, some special stuff, which I'm very excited for, something that I think you guys have been waiting for a very long time. Some of you anyway. It should be really, really cool for what you guys are going to see here. Most likely looking to release that one probably either Monday, most likely Tuesday. We'll have to see. And if the time should change, I'll let you guys know and communicate that in the community tab of my channel here naturally, as well as maybe social media. So just to keep you guys abreast of what's going on. But there will be at least one review this weekend that you'll see most likely on Sunday, since you'll have this replay tomorrow on Saturday. I was thinking about holding it until Monday, but I'm pretty much almost done with it. It's kind of an impromptu thing that I'm going to take care of as well. And there's one other thing I have to film just to kind of get that out of the way. And then I'm back on schedule for what you'll see this week. So good times. James Morrison, when is the first day of fall? You know, that's a good question. I want to say, I'm thinking it's this coming week, isn't it? Sometime this week. It's usually like towards the end of September. If anyone knows what that is, if you guys can put that on the chat over here, that would be beautiful if you could. All right, let's jump into really quickly this past content just to get you guys up to date. Coming on back, yes, this one actually was held for about a week and a half actually, because of all the other stuff that was coming out at the time. That's the thing about when you put out content and you work on this stuff all by yourself, there's just so much to do at one time sometimes, and it comes out that way. So naturally, after the Epic Tortas, the chicken BLT, we jumped back to Buffalo Wild Wings. That was actually filmed shortly after I did the first one, which was the honey barbecue. So you guys actually had the boneless bar pizza, which was the buffalo variant, which actually, spoiler alert, was better than the honey barbecue. I was pretty surprised with that one. And I'm not really a big blue cheese guy. You guys a blue cheese guy? If you guys like blue cheese, give me a cheese emoji here in the chat. I gotta tell you, it was definitely interesting, because naturally when you mix it with ranch and the stuff that it had, it was good. It was really, really good. From there, filmed a day early actually, but put out the next day, was the McDonald's Cheese Danish for 2022, which I actually just threw the year on that because it was kind of funny how this thing was from back in the 80s, apparently 40 plus years ago, which is scary to think about my age then, because I was literally like, you know, a kid, you know, when this was around. But again, that was a very, very tasty thing to check out there. So the McDonald's McCafe Cheese Danish, I guess is how they call it. So I just put the McCafe logo in the front of it there, but it's a Cheese Danish from McDonald's. Not a super cheesecake fan, but for me personally, it looks like Joe Bonelli's blue cheese guy, Dom's World blue cheese. There we go, Larry's blue cheese as well too there, it looks like. But it was definitely something really, really tasty to try. And naturally with inflation, the price of everything, all the prices are through the roof. $2.59 for it, little bit of a stretch, just a little bit for that. And then finally finishing out the Epic Torta trilogy, the trifecta is now complete. As of yesterday, with the crispy chicken and guac. Spoiler alert, there was so much guac on that, and I was really surprised. I was a little worried in the beginning because there was a lot of lettuce, but I got into it, and man, that thing was very satisfying. So lots of great footage there, some really, really fun stuff to take a look at, but I'm glad those series are complete. They're done. And now we're moving on to the next stage of stuff, and I'm about 3 or 4 ahead of what you're going to see now, as well as some planning stages for some other goodies, which I was just privy to as well. So there's always something, guys. It's just crazy the train just keeps rolling along. So if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, you should be. Hit that red button down below, as well as the bell notification so you can be notified once everything is live on the channel there, including community posts and all that stuff, in addition to shorts, which I've been digging. So hopefully you guys are digging the shorts there, which are just little quickie things to throw together. It's just another way to kind of, you know, put out another little something onto the algorithm for the channel. And they're fun to make, very easy to do. I have my template set up there, which it took me a little time to produce. And I've helped some other people with theirs actually too there. So if there's anything that you're going to see that's similar, you're going to know why that's there. But it's really, really good stuff and very easy to put together. And the formats and measurements, and so everything lines up and looks clean. Hopefully you guys are digging that. So let's see. Ed Keaton says, I can take it or leave it with the blue cheese. No worries, no worries. Kyle Broussard tried the Beyond Orange Chicken. Yes, from Panda Express. It was so good. Softer than the original orange chicken. Yes, it doesn't have the nooks and crannies and ridges like it feels like a natural piece of the chicken. It kind of feels a little bit more formed, right? Now, that was the kind of the thing with that. But overall, not bad. Not bad for what it is. And again, it's drenched in orange chicken sauce. Absolutely there. Jay Nepper, keep going. Don't stop. It's all good. It's all good. Our only review is a dollar store dumpster diving. Crazy. Nestor Gates, not into blue cheese, but I love buffalo chicken. Yes, for me, it's ranch. I mean, that really was a saving grace. Had that just been blue cheese, I probably would have been like, maybe a little on the fence with it at the same time. Let's see. I gave into the Halloween tree and the Halloween Bueller. Constance, what was that? Halloween Butler Bueller? I think that's misspelled right there. I'm not sure. Tony Montana, rest in peace. Johnny's Pop is the mukbang stepmama's dad. Oh, assuming you know who she... I don't actually, but I'm sorry to hear. You know, naturally, when any loss of the community or any loss of life, period, is a terrible thing, naturally. So, gosh, that's a horrible thing right there. You know, it's you're never prepared for any of that stuff when it does happen. Believe me, we've all been through it. We're all going to go through it again, and it's unfortunately, it's a fact of life. But it's not easy for anything there. Misty Smith. But anyways, everybody, we're here to have some fun today. So are you ready to wiggle? Thanks so much for jumping on, Misty. Great to see you. I'd buy that for $1 for the dumpster diving situation there. RoboCop from Drew's Food Reviews. Classic. Let's see here. Going on down. Bring back the fried cherry and apple pies from Mickey D's. I agree, but you know what? Pumpkin and cream is back. It's been back for about a week and a half now. Shortly before last week's stream, I saw it. So I haven't got it just yet, but that is my favorite pie besides the holiday pie. I love those things. So whenever they have like the special for like the 2 for like $1.59 or whatever it is, I'm going to be lighting that up for the season. I mean, naturally, it is really good. I want to say maybe once a week, I'll probably do like, 1 or 2 of those. Those are really, really good. Really good. Let's see. Ed Keaton, I'm with you in on the ranch dressing. Absolutely. You already know. And let's see here. Freddie, they got Danish here. Goodfellas movie. Oh, very funny, Freddie. Very, very funny. Y'all know Freddie Foodie King. He is a very jovial guy, and he definitely has a lot of fun doing what he does. So definitely you guys should be jumping on over to Freddie Foodie King, of course, as well as Drew's Food Reviews, 2 of my cool mods here on the channel, doing their thing as always. Anfisa Jess, are you going to see the new Rob Schneider movie, Daddy Daughter's Trip? I'm not really too into Rob Schneider, gotta be honest. Not for a long time anyway. But then again, I haven't seen any of his recent stuff. So you know what? I take that back. Maybe I will actually check that out and see what that's all about there. But a lot of the classic stuff I do like from him. But anything more recent, I couldn't say. But I'll have to see about changing that there. But again, shout outs to Misty Smith. You already know what it is. Hot sauce says, Misty, let's go. And we are moving on down. We're going to jump into this review in just a second. I've got a couple for you right now. Freddie, pumpkin filled, Betty Green, Betty Proof. Excellent. I'm glad Betty approves of that. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. My brothers. My brothers. And yes, Kyle, they've been talking about what happened with the Queen since last week and all the stuff going on with that. Apparently, we have King Charles III. Who's doing his thing. So it is definitely, things are changing quickly. I mean, that's the thing. On like at the drop of a dime, next thing you know, things are completely different. So I'm expecting it's going to be pretty crazy as we lead into the holidays. Of course, you're going to hear who's going to be running for office next year. It's going to be another one of those situations where like we're back into that cycle again. We're going to be nauseated by just constant campaigning and it's over and over and over again. It's just going to be just daily. So it is what it is. Just buckle up for it. That's why all the more reason to distract yourself with as much positivity and as much positive things as you can, so that way you can just kind of navigate. That's the only way. And just turn off the TV completely and try and keep away from social media as much as you can, with the exception of the fun stuff that you like to check out. Hopefully this channel, naturally. We'll have to see. But guys, a lot of fun, like I said, from last week. I guess let me show you one thing over here. One thing that I did with the wifey, we actually had a picture taken there. So some of the Warner Brothers tour. Again, jump on over to my IG at Peep This Out Reviews, and you'll find like the highlight that's right there. It's the most recent one. It says, I think it says Happy B-Day 2022 is what I called it. And there's all of the videos and everything that's in there. And they had some of the picture stuff in there as well. And one of them is, have you seen these wizards? And coincidentally, that's the shirt that I'm wearing right now. How cool is that? So it says, approach with extreme caution. Do not attempt any magic against these wizards. So very, very cool. Just to kind of see right over there. So if you guys don't know, this is from the Harry Potter area of the tour. And they actually had a Prisoner of Azkaban set up there, which was kind of cool. So there you go. Lots of good stuff. Nayray225, how many shirts do you own? I own a lot of them, but I use my reviewing shirts once in a while whenever I go places, because I like the button-down look with a lot of things there. But I have a few of them. I'll be rotating a few more very soon. But very cool in this particular one. I've got to get like a frame or something to put this on. But very, very fun. We had a lot of fun taking this naturally. Lots of good times for sure. And yeah, it was really, really good. So Hollywood Made Here, which was really, really fun. That's the water tower from there, the WB lot, and the studio tour in Hollywood. So very, very cool. Lots of fun with that, guys. Lots of fun. Aliens, your all-time favorite movie from Mike Aaron? You know, probably Halloween, the original Halloween, but Aliens is right up there, including the original Alien too. Which was really good. Hot Sauce, I like your shirt. Me too. I'm a fan of plaid. I guess I have been ever since way back in the grungy days of Pearl Jam in the early 90s and stuff too that way. But this stuff never really goes out of style, right? I mean, I don't think so. Christian Hansen, is the wifey a wizard too? Of course, she's very bewitching. I'm under her spell. God, that was cheesy. But good times. Sonic Jet, King Ian K. Good times there. Oh, good times. Oh, so is that true, Larry? Have I heard about the Step Papa's dad died in a car drunk driving accident? Oh, that's horrible. Horrible to hear. That's horrible. If that's the circumstances that of how that occurred there, I am so sorry to hear that. Mike, I'm assuming that's where you got the Stay Frosty. That's where, yes, correct. You already know, Corporal Hicks. Stay frosty out there. And actually, that voice is at the beginning of all of my videos when it says it. So obviously, that's Michael Bean. You already know what it is right there. Sonic, why is California the entertainment capital of the world? I think they say it's Universal Studios is the entertainment capital of the world, right? Something like that. But naturally, because it's Hollywood, because this is where all the magic supposedly happens, even though a lot of filming is done back east in a lot of the cities on the East Coast as well. But Hollywood, legendary for obvious reasons. And, you know, everything is in 40 minutes in either direction. So where I live in Pasadena, Disneyland is about 40 minutes away in one direction. The west side of town is about a half hour in the other direction. Then you go further north into Magic Mountain, Six Flags Magic Mountain, and then further south down towards the beach as well too that way. Roughly about 40 minutes for like all of them, we'll just say. So if you're centrally located, typically in the San Fernando Valley and the San Gabriel Valley area, which is where we are, it's pretty kind of easy to get to a lot of different things. Barring traffic is not bad, you know, and naturally we have a bad rap for traffic here on the West Coast, as I'm sure the East Coast too. Freddie over in Florida, I'm sure you can attest to any of you guys who live in the major cities, naturally there in New York, Chicago, any place that's out there, I'm sure. I thought Vegas is the entertainment capital of the world. Well, they're another capital of the world. I'm not going to go from that. It's Sin City. So naturally, they're definitely up there in a different capacity, though. CeeLo. Let's see. Sonic, I would assume gold was found in here, so that's why the rich settlers with entertainment capital is here in the Golden State. I think that's where they get that from, actually, for the gold rush in there as too. So the Golden State. I guess that makes sense too there when you think about it. Georgia is a big movie in town area. Yes, it is. Actually, Atlanta, Georgia for sure. Marvel is down over there. AMC, The Walking Dead, which just wrapped, but they have all their spin-off shows, a good chunk of them that are still doing its thing as well. Ed Keaton, who would win a fight, Michael Myers or Jason? Well, you know, based upon the current version of him, he's not necessarily supernatural, although he has shades of being supernatural. But Jason, we already know, is supernatural. So I'd probably have to tip my hat initially to Jason, but, you know, you can't keep Michael Myers down because they're eternal. They come back in different ways. So it's really kind of hard to say, but just based upon what it is, I would say definitely that in there as well. Whoa, Jay Nepper, what are you doing? Jumping in for from Subway Corporate. We would like your review. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Any second now, you're going to see something jump up on the screen over here right now. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Jay, you didn't tell me you knew somebody from Subway? All this time you're laying low? Oh my goodness, right over here. Jay Nepper donating 50 to the super chat right in over there. I appreciate that greatly, Jay, but man, Subway is super pressuring me right now to get that review out ahead of any milestone here on the channel. What are we going to do about that? Wow. Well, God bless you. I appreciate you, Jay. You already know. Thank you. Thank you so much for your love and support. I appreciate the kind words. And of course, I replied, if you check your Patreon message back to you from a week ago, I was rolling with that one. That's all I got to say. Hope everything else worked out there. And obviously you're okay because you're here now. So thank you. Shout outs to Jay Nepper for the generous donation to the channel. That is too much right over there. That is too much. All right, so let's see here. We're going to get into the review in another couple of minutes here, guys. And hopefully you guys will dig it because I've been meaning to actually get into this for a minute here. And I've been very excited to see what this is here. I have a feeling I'm going to like this already considering the last things that I've tried, which are similar. So hopefully you guys will... if you guys have had what I'm about to try for you right now, you'll probably be able to attest to that here in the chat. But of course, let me know when we get to it there. Anfisa, do not watch Real Housewives. No, no, no. You know, I do so much editing and I watch so much scripted TV on demand, typically late at night. Tonight's actually the new episode of Rings of Power, which I'm enjoying for the Lord of the Rings series. As well as I have one more episode of The Sandman that's left over on Netflix. I have to finish that out as well. It's a great show, too. They really cast that beautifully. Especially the guy who's playing the Sandman. He looks just like the character in the comic book with the hair and everything. It's pretty awesome. Tony, I don't go surfing. Absolutely not. Too many fears of sharks and things like that as well. I just can't bring myself to do it. The fact that I also watched The Shallows recently probably has something to do with that. Which is a great movie with Blake Lively too, by the way, which is really, really great. And of course, being summertime into fall, that's usually when I catch up on those things. Of course, Iron Man versus Jason, no contest. Well, yeah, we already know. Sonic, Jason. Jason has come back from hell. I mean, the guy's eternal also. It doesn't matter what robotic stuff you throw at him. CeeLo, is the final season of The Walking Dead pretty good? You know, it's good. It just doesn't have the scale of the comic book. They're trying to do the scale of the Commonwealth. If you read the comic book, and I've read it all the way to the end, so I know exactly how this one ends. And it's similar but different at the same time. Hopefully we'll see if they're going to do something kind of the same with the show. But it doesn't have that scope of like thousands and hundreds of thousands of people. It feels more like a smaller community, and they're trying to give you the idea that it's much broader. So you can only do so much with a certain budget. I get it, but they've done so much better in the past with the initial what was it, with the governors storyline way back in the beginning. I think it was a little bit bigger, so they were able to do more, and things just felt more spread out there as opposed to this one. So they're kind of giving you a little bit of that, but it's not quite the same. But if you haven't finished the comic book, or if you haven't really read it, trust me, you're going to want to after this series ends. Don't kind of ruin it for yourself now because you're so close. But you definitely want to read it after the series wraps. And it begins, I believe, the second week of October. I think we're a little less than a month away to go as well. Marine Descatado, are you afraid of sharks? I'm not afraid of sharks. I'm just afraid of being in the water in the vicinity of anything that could actually do something to me, because it's kind of freaky when you're in the ocean and you don't know what's underneath you. You don't know what's around you. When I was on my honeymoon, actually, and we were doing some diving, this was actually when you had to jump off into the ocean and swim to this cove. Now, granted that they have a lot of stuff around you, but just the idea, I kept looking underneath myself as I was swimming. So as you have like a life vest on and you're doing your swimming, but as I was doing my thing, you feel so vulnerable when you're out there. You literally become part of the food chain. I always tell that to my mom all the time. We love shark movies. We love Jaws. We love all those types of movies. We watch all those types of movies, and my mom, she's a huge fan of them. But naturally, when you're actually in the element, it's freaky. It is freaky. So if you've ever seen a movie called Open Water, it's really scary because it's about two people who get left behind of a diving trip, and then, you know, they're basically miscounted and the boat leaves, and they're left to their own devices for the whole movie, and you have to see them try and survive. And it's really pretty nerve-wracking, I gotta be honest, to watch that, considering what happens. So that's definitely something that I kind of think about, not when I'm in the middle of it naturally, because you're kind of in the moment but you're still a little nervous, but you can't help but look out into the blackness of the water underneath and realize that you don't know what's there. So that's just with anything, I guess. But, you know, at the same time, it's exhilarating. So I guess that's part of it too, right? Let's see here. Freddy doesn't go into the water either. Yes, usually up to about maybe ankle deep, maybe up to the knees, we'll say. But even then, even 3 feet of water, you know, you can get certain sharks can come on over and take you out, so to speak. Tony Montana, finally got a chance to try Wendy's French toast sticks for breakfast the other week. Really liked them. They weren't too bad. Yes, not bad at all. They just need a little bit of powdered sugar, but they were definitely pretty tasty. Mine were a little on the thin side, I remember when I reviewed them. But they can definitely use a little improvement, maybe a little bit crispier. But I love the brioche bread. I love the crust, the way that they did it. It was really very well done. Really very well done. Yes, Scott Rush, most shark attacks are not near California, though. That's true, but what you guys don't see here is that we do have a lot of shark sightings, and they're always on the news here, either in Santa Monica, Huntington Beach, Malibu. There's a lot that's here, drone footage that catches things that are not necessarily publicized. So believe me, there's a lot here, especially towards the Promenade area, Santa Monica, as well, not too long ago. So believe me, they're out there. They're out there. Yes, Randy Molina, I've tried the Meat District burger. I do buy those in the stores, but when I see them, they are pretty good. Their Angus tri-tip stuff there is very good. I do like a good patty on the grill, absolutely. Ed Keaton, the only sharks that I fear are the ones I owe money to. That's the comment right there. That's the comment right there, along with Mr. Jay Nepper with the the shakedown from Subway. And it's not Mariah shaking me down from Subway. It's Jay's secret affiliation. That's awesome. All right, if you guys are ready for this review, give me a... Let's see. What can I possibly use for this just to kind of throw you off just a bit? Give me a cat here in the chat. Give me a cat, a feline here in the chat. Just to throw this off right now. It's going to be completely something different. You already know what it is. But give me a cat. Let's see who's the quickest on the draw. Let's see. Florida shark attacks are common. Yes, you already know. Yes, 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 Freddie. Definitely down in Florida over there. My uncle lives in Florida. He goes back and forth, but he has a house there. And yeah, I'm also with the hurricane season and stuff like that too. It's crazy. Think you can beat a shark in a fight? If I have the weapon of choice or something with me to kind of stab, possibly. We'll have to see. Tony Montana, we go. We got cats coming into the mix over here. Very good. We're jumping in. Jay Nepper's going meow. We got, what is that? That's a cat in a box from Anfisa? That's cool. I've never seen that. Look at that emoji right above Drew's food reviews right there. Do you guys see that? That is so cool. It's a little cat in a box. That's borderline abusive, actually. But I like that. That is so funny. Gross Dude is ready for the review. All right, I'm ready for this too right now, but considering how amped I am, I don't know if what I'm going to have is going to be a good idea. Okay, there we go. Sean American Patriot, there we go. We got little cats in boxes. Where is that? Drew's Mariah Booty Cat is coming up as well. Where's all the peach emojis for the booties? Where are they? Oh, we got all kinds of cats here. Drifter Nomad, we've got tigers, we've got lions. Good thing we have no bears. Oh my. Good times. Watermelons from Sonic Jet. You guys are too much. You guys are too much. Okay. Do you guys remember a while back when we did the Cookie Crisp goodies with the Sour Patch Kids at the time, which I was very surprised about that. And naturally, it was coming off of checking out the Snickers. It was checking out, I believe, Twix at one time as well. Well, the same day, Drew's cats are on the loose again. There you go. The same day, I picked up something that I kind of wanted to start off with, but I couldn't start off otherwise with doing the Sour Patch Kids. I had to do that one first, I should say, because of what that was. It was too wild of a flavor at the same time. So with this particular one, we got Twinkie donut holes. No, we already did those. What do we have? We have half moons over here. Jay's going crazy with it. Look at everyone's going the emojis. Dom's World, full moon. Well, almost a full moon from Jay Nepper right over there. And Dom's World is going crazy with the peach emojis as well. You guys are getting all crazy with it right now. All right, this one I really can't see as being something bad, guys. Let's get into it. Here we go. Cookie Pops Oreo version. This is kind of like, I think, the most popular thing. They had so much of this there compared to all the other flavors, made with real Oreo cookie pieces. This just looks really, really good. Obviously, I'm expecting some of the cream, some of the cookie piece dusting all over this here. So this definitely is going to be pretty awesome. I have a feeling. We have Mariah's half cheeks. It's getting stupid here. Okay, here we go. At last, America, two of our favorite snacks have joined together in amazing deliciousness. Light fluffy popcorn, cream coating, and real Oreo cookie pieces. A perfect match. We know you're going to love it, according to this. Yeah, we know you're going to love it. It tastes so good to snack again. Let's see here, guys. This should be pretty interesting. Oreo cookie dough shakes are the bomb. Yes, Tony, you already know what it is. Sold at CVS for $7. Wow, this was like $2.98 at Walmart. Please, you get these on sale if you could. That's crazy. Considering what this feels like in terms of the air, I'm squeezing the air, and naturally I feel the product is down here. This is all air, it feels like right here. So ridiculous right here too. I saw they also had Snickers available. Yes, Maureen, they did. Jay Nepper is retiring. Wait, you're retiring from Subway or from in general? I appreciate you either way. All right, let's see here. Ooh, blast of Oreo right away with that. Look at this, guys. I mean, it's a little nondescript looking initially, but can you see the Oreo, the blackness of the Oreo goodness in there? I know my ring light is kind of blowing it out just a little bit. Let me try and get a little closer in. It's dusted nicely, but man, this is literally like a taste. This is like about maybe $2 or $3 at the most. So you're paying for the name brand if you're paying anything over that. So if you see this any more than like $3 or $4, I would not do it. But wow, this feels very sugary already, as I kind of expected. But let me see if I can get this a little closer for you. It's dusted. There are some cream bits in that. There are some Oreo bits in this as well. Air pop kernels too, very nice. It almost feels like a pretty high quality air pop type of situation with this here. But guys, let's give this a shot. It's the Cookie Pop Popcorn Oreo variant. Let's peep this out live on live stream or replay if you're catching it that way. Wow. These are ridiculously good. Wow. Popcorn initially and then right into the cream. And Oreo goodness. I don't know how they do what they do with these things. I really don't. I am so shocked by the quality of this. Trying to keep that focus. I know it's kind of focused. Let me pull back just a little bit. Come on now. Come on now. All right, there we go. Guys, very nicely done. Obviously, these are sprayed or they're dropped, I guess, in terms of how they dust them as the conveyor is going by, I'm sure. And naturally, there's some type of sugary coating on the outside that kind of keeps the composure of it all together. And that's where the sweetness is kind of coming from initially as well. But guys, the quality and the Oreo flavor is crazy on this. Mixed in with the sweet and salty and the savoriness of the popcorn with the light saltiness on top of that. And the Oreo has a little bit too there naturally, but it's a nice even balance. How do they do that? How do they do that? Man. Let's see. Put your fingers together so the focus tries to pick up the background. We are trying. Let me try that one more time for you there. Mariah working a line a bag. She doesn't work. It's terrible. All right. Let's try. Get a little closer. Come on. You know what it is? It's because the popcorn itself is the contrastiness of my the focus here. I'm working on getting a different camera that's going to make it just a little bit easier, but you can kind of tell just by the way that this looks here with the dusting. It's a nice even mix, guys, and it does have a little bit of a whiter coating, kind of drizzled slightly, because it's a sugary type of thing as well. But guys, the quality is pretty ridiculous. This brand, and if you do a search actually in the live stream replays playlist that I have in the upper right hand corner of your display, I'll make sure I post it there, so definitely take a look at that. You'll find the other ones from Snickers, I believe we did. I think it was Twix as well. The Sour Patch Kids variant. This is pretty awesome. I still think the Snickers is the best one, personally. I mean, I love Snickers, so I'm kind of biased that way. But this is pretty banging, and I love the way it looks. Look at that. Really, really good. Really, really tasty. So let's go for one more on this one. Here's a good one here. Hopefully you'll be able to see this one pretty nicely. So come on. It's so contrasty. It's focusing on my hands, but the product is a little, it's a little contrasty itself. So guys, take my word for it. If you like Oreo, wow. If you like Oreo, you will definitely dig this. The quality is good. Packaging is pretty cool. It's pretty much selling exactly what it's doing for you here right now. This is telling you this is it. It is the Oreo goodness. A little, wow, that's the thing about popcorn. Hang on. Scratchy. All right, much better. All right, so let's go for one last one. We'll rate this one here. This is actually a very, very tasty variation of Cookie Pop popcorn with a name brand product, obviously with Oreo licensed here. Wow. 9 out of 10 for this one, by far. The wifey's gonna like this. This is really tasty. I only wish, and this is a fault of the industry, it wasn't packaged like this with so much waste. There was so much wasted space. If you're willing to cut down on packaging and landfill stuff, just make the packages enough for the product. I don't know why they do that otherwise, because you're wasting material. So it's really kind of sad because you can literally make 2 bags out of what's in here. Instead they're doing 1. So I get it, it's shelf space, it looks good on the shelf. But if you're gonna do this, fill it. It's very simple, you can fix that. Otherwise you're wasting, you're spending money on packaging you don't need. So pretty good. 9 out of 10 Cookie Pop popcorn. Definitely a bomb situation. It really is pretty nice, made with real Oreo cookie pieces. Light candy-like coating, like a sweetness that it's got on the kernels on the outside. But I gotta tell you guys, pretty banging on this. Pretty tasty. So, very good. Sugar Rush galore. Looks like Cookie Crisp. Yes, it does actually. And Fisa, it does actually. It does kind of remind me of Cookie Crisp, just a little bit actually. But the Oreo flavor is pretty awesome. It really is. All right. Very, very tasty on that. David Sanchez, is that the David Sanchez? What's going on, David? Good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. Ed Keaton, what's for dinner tonight? You know what? I actually had a little something earlier because I couldn't wait. I actually made a turkey patty with an egg on it. So it was a little bit more of just like straight protein today because I balance carbs along with reviewing and things that I do. So a little bit of protein. I'm not really hungry per se, so I'm actually good right now. So what I'm going to have as a snack is not bad. But last night, though, a day early, I did hit up In-N-Out and had my double animal style, no tomato, extra grilled onions, and extra raw onions because I like that combo. No animal fries this time at the same time as well. And just working on a project that I actually have coming out. So just to give you a little snippet, it's either going to be like I think kind of alluded to earlier in the stream, either on Monday, most likely on Tuesday. We're trying to work out a type of release just to kind of be something concurrent at the same time. But it's something that I think you guys are going to want to check out, and it's based upon something that's was newly announced as well. I really don't want to give too much else away except to know that it's going to be a special situation, and I think you guys are going to dig it. So some of you have asked for a very long time. So when things are, work out the way that they do, and this one, it actually worked out pretty nicely, and the timing of everything, as well as just, communication, as well too, back and forth. This is going to be pretty fun, pretty fun. So something fun to look forward to for you guys. So keep watch of the channel, most likely on Tuesday, I have a feeling. So if I'm able to guarantee or solidify a time frame that's going to be different from my usual times, because you guys know 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is what I have all my new releases coming out at. I will definitely let you know, but more often than not, I'm trying to stick to the 3 p.m. because anything different is just in terms of logistics. We'll have to see there, but it should be fun. I think you're going to dig it. So I'm really liking the way it's already done pretty much now, but I'm excited to get this out there and for you guys to check it out. Jay Nepper, where did I buy that at? This was actually at Walmart for the Cookie Crisp for the Cookie Pop popcorn, like $2.98 and change or something like that. So definitely worth it there. Even if it's a little bit more than that, it's easily worth it. I've seen the prices kind of fluctuate on that the times that I've seen it in the past. So it shouldn't be more than maybe $3-4, if that, Jay. But good stuff there. Definitely good stuff. Misty Smith. Oh, yeah. Drew was in his Subway swag bag after his review. Hilarious. He's very hilarious. You are too much, Mr. Drew. You are too much. Oh, good times. Let's see here. What else do we have? Let's see. Larry Nguyen would be great for a movie snack. Absolutely. Those things are perfectly suited for the movie theater. You're absolutely right with that. Let's see. Vibes 108. Totally agree. It's a waste of a full bag and better than a half. Yep, agree. Absolutely. Maureen Descatado. I'm going to go to Big Lots in a couple of weeks to buy the popcorn and mini M&Ms. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Let's see, they have the air so they aren't smashed. I get that too, but they do pack them pretty nicely in those boxes too. So even if they did pack them with a little bit of space, I still think that would be okay, honestly. I never understood that. And it's all about shelf space, but there's so much waste with those things. Eric Carson, best chicken sandwich is the Wars so far? Is Awards so far? Eric, let's re-ask that one again. Best chicken sandwich in the world so far, maybe? Depends upon if it's fast food or restaurant. You know, Popeyes is still pretty banging with their sandwich naturally there. There's really no comparison, especially since things change. Although, actually, I take that back. The Chiking was a good alternative, especially the spicy one. But naturally, for fast food fried chicken still, I think it's going to be literally Popeyes is still naturally because of what it is. It's really probably one of the best out there. Followed closely with KFC, I think, too, there. Those were really, really fun reviews to check out. I enjoyed them immensely for that, too. Let's see. I agree. And Fee says, yeah, I should make sustainable products. I don't like to waste my food. I agree, too. Absolutely. You already know. Oh, best in the chicken sandwich wars so far. Yes. Okay. I think we just answered that for you there, Eric. If it's fast food, I'm going to say probably still Popeyes, KFC followed very closely. And then naturally, Church's is pretty good, but they're not necessarily everywhere as well, too, that way. Wendy's is still up there in the game. They're really good. But there's something just about the Popeye sandwich because of the double breading and the way that it is. And, you know, the chicken is just really, really good. Yes, Vibes, the Wingstop sandwiches for a limited time, they went a lot quicker. I was in the middle of my look at some of those flavors. At the same time, because naturally I didn't want to film a whole bunch in a row because I was getting a little tired of doing chicken sandwiches to begin with. But those will be back very soon. You know, when they blow out quick like that, they already know they have a rocket of a seller. That'll be back as well. So I do plan on checking out a few other flavors once that does happen. But I'm glad I have the ones that I do have up naturally with it. And it's a very good chicken sandwich, even though it's priced just a little bit higher than normal. But then again, everything is, right? I mean, that's just kind of the way that it is. All right, so if you guys are ready for the next review, because we're already coming up on a quarter to the time already, I'm going to go grab it because it's in the fridge to stay cold, and there's a reason for that, and you're going to know exactly why in just a second. So let's see, as this is coming in here as well. And again, Jay, I appreciate the Super Chat donation. You're still hanging up over there. I still see it right there with that $50 donation there. That blows me away. Thank you. Thank you again for that. I really greatly appreciate it. Wingstop was a limited time. Yes, it was. Taco Bell brought back the Mexican pizza. Yes, they did. I've reviewed it a couple of times. The first time way back in 2018, I think 2018 or 2020. And then they came back and I did it again. Actually, I think I did it again when it came back recent as well, too, there. Like a year or so ago, whatever it was. I know I've got a couple of reviews that are there, so you guys can take a look. But I'm not into re-reviewing naturally normally, you know, for that. But of course, with something like that too, there was very, very fun to check out what that was initially. And then when the first time I did it, actually, they took it away like 3 months later. So I was glad to actually get that back in again, which was kind of cool. So, but naturally, you'll be able to find it in the Taco Bell playlist here on the channel. Just do a search for it or go right to it, and you'll have it there. Drew thinks I'm going to be reviewing the Mountain Dew Voodoo. All will be revealed in just a couple of minutes. Jay Nepper, Wendy's Canada has a new Baconator. Yes, a spicy one, I believe it is. Have to take a look and see Jackie Hero if she jumps on here, if she's going to be doing that. Or the trips even, too. You know, heck, even KBD Productions TV, my buddy Ken Domick over there, too. We'll have to see if that is something that he does at some point. Sometimes he does that. You may see some of the Canada stuff It's up there. I would hope so. At the same time. So, all right. Guys, hang tight for just a second. We're going to break for station identification. If you guys want to hit the restroom really quickly, I'm going to be back in probably less than a minute, not even. Definitely going to be less than a minute because I'm just going to grab something from the fridge. But hang tight. I will be right back. And we'll see in about a second or two. Well, maybe just a little bit more. And we are back. And Mr. Nepper, you are so very wrong. But that's okay, though. It's quite all right. I saw that comment first thing as soon as I sat back down. Official. It's grabbing some milk from the fridge because the next one must be hot. It is all good. It is all good. Let's see here as everything is beginning to refresh here in the chat. I'm assuming anyway. There we go. It's moving along. Okay, there we go. All right, it froze for a second there. I'm not sure what happened. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Nayrate 255, would I ever do a 24-hour stealth camp weekend? I don't know. Those are pretty crazy, and they definitely take some endurance to do something like that. Naturally, with this is a lot of filming of and then putting together, of course. But that would be something to do. Definitely, maybe to scratch that off a bucket list, you know, some type of stream of some type. Something like that as well, just to kind of test the limits of my connection at the same time, which, knock on wood, is staying as good as it possibly can. Let's see here. I think Mariah rated his fridge from Drew. Horrible. Horrible. Wolfger Bark says, this is epic. Great to have you on here, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Man, my throat is so scratched from that cookie pop situation. Should I drop it down a peg or not? That's just general popcorn, right? Eric Carson, can I eat as much as Randy Santel? No, I don't think anybody can, to be honest. And God bless him, too. He is definitely a good guy. Larry Nguyen, have I seen the movie Annabelle? Yes, the first one wasn't bad. Absolutely. Just ate some mac and cheese from Golly Pond. God, so good. Yes, definitely mac and cheese is always the bomb. And speaking of the bomb, and I hope this I am very excited about because I really wanted to make sure this was not going to melt. And when I saw this, I'm like, you know what? This just looks really, really good. Now, you guys remember, I want to say this time last month, I think it's been about a month, we reviewed the Blueberry Kit Kats, which looked pretty good at the time. So let's see. Jay, am I going to blacklist you both for being in the same room, you and Drew? Hey, you guys are the bosom buddies over here. You guys are back and forth with the Mariah goodness. It's definitely adding levity. But anyway, so if you guys remember about a month ago, we did the Blueberry Kit Kats, and there was another variation that I saw that I wanted to try, and I didn't want to do two at one time. But have you guys tried this version? Strawberry and dark chocolate? I have never actually seen this up until when I saw this, actually, when I was doing some shopping, and I was just like, this looks really, really good. Definitely different. I mean, you can't fade the original versions naturally, but strawberry and dark chocolate. Drew said, yes, these are good. Yes, they're good from Scott. Jay Nepper, oh my God. Yes, seriously, they look cool, right? Look at that. Crisp wafers in strawberry flavored cream with dark chocolate. How bad could that really be? Lord says he hates dark chocolate. Gross Dude says, I've not tried yet. Ate Kit Kat once and got sick from Golly Pond. I'm sorry to hear that for sure. Strawberry cheesecake. They've got strawberry cheesecake mini donuts. I have no doubt there's so many different variations of the same thing with these here. But let's give this a shot. I am very curious to try this because I want to let the wifey get into this as well. And these are very cold. Let me Let me see if I can actually cover this slightly. Larry saw this at Ralph's. Yeah, these look really, really... Oh, these are cool looking. Look at this. How cool is that, guys? Nice red. Look at that. That is really cool. I have to admit, I like the way that these look here already. So let me break one of these off. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. Give me a break. Give me a break. There you go. It's across my eyes. My little bandana action right over there. Kit Kat. Really nice dark chocolate. Strawberry goodness over here. This is really going to be pretty interesting. I have a feeling, guys. Really, really nice. I just love the way that this looks. So let's crack this really quickly here. And there you go. I want this to melt. This is not an M&M, so it does melt. Kind of get that wafer action. There you go. Sort of. It's trying to lock onto my face. Come on. Well, you know the inside of the Kit Kat, the two wafers separated with dark chocolate and strawberry. Let's give this a shot, guys. The strawberry and dark chocolate Kit Kat. Let's peep this out. As I was bringing it towards my face, it's got that fake strawberry smell to it. You know it when you smell it. It's kind of hard to describe, but artificial. The dark chocolate's okay. I'm a more fan of like the standard milk chocolate. The strawberry flavor is light. It's very light. Well, the second bite actually had more naturally to it, but it's okay. It's still, oh, there we go. We got a little bit of the focus. My focus needs focus. The strawberry, it's not, you know, it's like a generic strawberry type flavor, but you know it's artificial when you bite into it. That's the only downside to this. The dark chocolate is different though. It's not like the standard Kit Kat naturally. It's a variation of it. I'm not going to buy these again, but I'll eat these. Maybe while editing or something like that, but I could take it or leave it. I got to be honest. I mean, I like Kit Kat. It's not my favorite. Snickers is. But this variation, I think it kind of works. But at the same time, the strawberry flavor is not very pronounced. And typically the most popular or the strongest flavor that they're putting in main in the title right there, it's staying locked in. You should get more strawberry type flavor in addition to that there. It should stick out just a little bit more. So, you know, it's just okay. I mean, I would say pretty much like an average version of this here. So just offhand anyway, maybe like a, I mean, they're really good cold. I mean, that's the good thing about this too. So that's going to give it maybe a half a point up a little bit there. So I'm going to say maybe 5.5 for this. It's above average. It's not bad when you have it cold, but just tasting it, it's just all right. I mean, the standard Kit Kats are going to be the best. I like these duos. I love the fact that they're doing the duality between, you know, different flavors and using the Kit Kat name to do it. We just don't have nearly as many flavors as they do have overseas, naturally over in Europe and especially Japan. They have a lot of flavors that we just don't have here that I would love to see. I don't know why they don't do that here, but these versions are kind of like the same old that they do all the time with other types of candy, right? I mean, these flavors, as opposed to some of the more exotic flavors overseas, that I think that if they took the chance of it here in the US, I think it would do very, very well. So it's unfortunate. I love the packaging. This was about $1.80 in Walmart at the time when I bought these here, and they're good. But as I'm talking more of that artificial strawberry flavor is kind of hanging in the background in the cut there. So it's a little off-putting. It's not really, you know, strawberry-like in terms of the real deal, and I get it's a candy. But, you know, it's okay for what it is. It's a little bit satisfying. It's got a creamy, rich type of texture. The dark chocolate is not bad. The richness of the chocolate is okay. But again, just a little light in terms of the flavor of the strawberry. So is it something that you're going to dig if you like strawberry? Well, you're going to know it's going to be fake right away when you taste it. That's the sad thing about it. But it's a tasty piece of chocolate, essentially, with some cookie crunch of the wafer. So 5.5, I think that's pretty much going to be my one and done with this. I don't think I'm going to be having any more of this one for now, but I'm sure the wifey will give it a try to see what she thinks of it. But just okay on that. I'm glad to finally give that a go and scratch that one off the proverbial bucket list of the stuff that's in my fridge. That Mariah, I got to make sure she stays away from, just in case it gets raided, right? Drew, Jay. just to be on the safe side. David Sanchez, wasabi flavor. I'd be down with trying that, personally. They have some really cool stuff overseas. They do. I would definitely be down to trying some of those things. All right, guy. Wow, it is 8:55 already. Drew, 660. No. Jay says 48 out of 100. Close, I guess, considering about halfway. Smell like a strawberry shortcake doll. Funny, David. Funny. Larry Nguyen, don't lay your fingers on my Butterfinger. No worries. No worries. Sherry says it looks delicious. Yeah, the presentation is not bad. The presentation is not bad. Let's see. Jay Nepper, did I say M&M? Where did you say M&M? M&M's? Or M&M? That's the question. Maureen loves as well too that she loves strawberries. Yeah, this one's got the artificial flair to it. That's the only thing, you know. It's just, you'll know it when you taste it. It's like a almost like a fake type of strawberry ice cream type of thing, where it's not like the real deal. But yes, it is what it is. Artificially enhanced, just like Mariah, Drew. There you go. The two of you all hour long. All hour long. It's too much. All right, so Joe, what are we typing here? Pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger for the first time since its return. Yes, that's a great one. Absolutely loved it like every other time. It's really one of the signatures for sure. The pretzel bun goodness. You can't fade a pretzel bun pretty much with anything. It really is, I think, one of the de facto buns outside of a normal brioche, which they use forever. Eric Carson, 9-1 out of 1,000. Very nice. Oh, good times, good times. What is this here? James Morrison, if you were stranded on a desert island, you can only have one restaurant there. What would it be? I'd probably say El Pollo Loco, because I would probably live a lot longer because I love their chicken. If I had an In-N-Out or anything else, that would not be good. But I'm going to have to say El Pollo Loco. I pretty much eat that outside of my normal reviews all the time. I enjoy it. A couple of tortillas, rice and beans, some broccoli, a little mac and cheese sometimes. But good times, definitely good times. Well, guys, let me take a quick moment to shout out each and every one of you guys. I appreciate you making my channel one of your destinations tonight on Friday, September 16th. It's crazy to think we're halfway into my birthday month already. And then the true fun really begins the beginning of October as Halloween season is officially in full gear, which I wanted to start just a little bit earlier here tonight. But thank you so much for being here tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed what you saw. A little bit of that cookie pop action of the Oreo goodness over there, as well as some Duos action, which was very, very tasty on this here. Strawberry and dark chocolate. Tasty because it was very cold. Naturally, it's a Kit Kat, so the crunch was decent. But again, it is what it is with that. And then naturally, some of the goodness talking about from my birthday. Again, if you wanted to see some of the fun stuff there from the Warner Brothers lot and all the really cool stuff from the movies that was on hand that you can just literally almost touch. I was really tempted to because they had all the Batman costumes. They had the Batmobile from the new movie, the one from 1989. It was there. It was the real stuff, and it was just so insane to see. Take a look at my IG for my my birthday 2022 highlight reel that you'll see on my profile for Peep This Out Reviews on Instagram, and you'll find all the goodies there. There's a whole ton of videos, including the dinner that we had that night. My sister-in-law's pup, my little niece, as well, Riley Bean, she was there too for the festivity, as well as hitting up Krispy Kreme after that for a free dozen donuts, which we each had a couple of them, and it was all kind of raining slightly too, with a very summery type of rain because of all the weather that's been crazy here. But it was a good time. It was definitely a good time for that. And yes, Drew, yes, you owe Subway a review for $50. Yes, I got to talk to Jay offline about that. Find out what's going on with being strong-armed from Subway. But shout outs to all of you guys again. I appreciate you jumping on tonight. This was a lot of fun to check out. We'll be back for another stream very soon, of course. You already know. And again, watch out for the special goodness coming your way either early this coming week or most likely on Tuesday, I have a feeling. But do watch for another food review of one that I think you're definitely going to want to check out this weekend. And I'm not going to say anything more than that because I'm so glad that they're doing something, something I did previously, not that long ago, which they're finally doing something with a little bit differently. And I think it's going to work a lot better. So you guys can be the judge of that, most likely on Sunday. As well. So guys, thank you again for being here right now. I'm going to be here in the chat for just a little while until the stream ends, typically about a minute or so. I'll try and type away as much as I can. To any of you guys who may have PayPal'd away, I won't know till after the fact, but shout outs to Jay Nepper too for the super chat donation. Of course, you're going to be down below in the description box, Jay. Thank you for that. all of you guys who do that are, of course. And then we'll see what's going on with this weekend's review, which will be out at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, most likely on Sunday. So enjoy that. And then the special review of something that you'll see coming earlier this coming week. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. I think all right, enough of it. Enough of that for right now. We'll come back to that and we'll talk about that in the next stream. So again, I'll be here in the chat. We'll hang out and chat for a bit. Shout outs to Misty Smith for keeping us entertained all throughout the hour. Of course, singing away, doing her thing. All my amazing mods here on the channel, and all of you guys for spending a little bit of time with me, yours truly, here on a Friday night. I greatly appreciate that. And with that, TNK officially closing out the live stream for September 16th. I'm now officially 49, about a week now. It's crazy. And like I always say, I've got brand new content every single week here on my channel. So why stay tuned for the next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. Good times, everybody. Thanks so much for jumping on the stream again for the 5 millionth time. Jay says, hope everybody laughed. Going to Walmart to get some Oreo popcorn. Not kidding. Go for it. I'm telling you, you need to do it. It is all good. It is worth it. Let me know what you think, of course. Maureen Descatado, thanks so much for jumping on. D, what it do? Peep this out. Thank you so much for being here. And for guys, and also for the well wishes for my birthday last week as well. I got a bunch of direct messages from you guys as well, too, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I literally spent the next couple of days after that at night mostly thanking all of you guys. So I appreciate that greatly. It really warms my heart. Like I said, I'm just an average guy putting out my content the way that I like to do it. I just love doing what I do here on YouTube, and I'm glad you guys are along for the ride as we march on and continue towards, 39,000, 40,000 plus. It is definitely on and popping. So do share the channel with all the peeps that you know. It's a grassroots effort. You guys are the family. We all work together and we all succeed together. And I'm just going to continue to pump out content and continue, doing what I can to be there as much as I can for you guys, especially on these streams, which is always fun to do. So with that, and because I know we're finally at the end of the line, we will definitely talk soon. Again, I will be here in the chat. And man, that popcorn really did a number on my throat here at the very end. I'm all scratched right now, but I'm trying to get through, so it's all good. Guys, I appreciate you being here right now. I'll definitely catch up with you soon. Stay cool if it's still hot in your area, and if you guys are, if it's raining anywhere where you guys are at, I'm envious because we need more of that over here, and I will definitely talk to you soon. So with that, until the next time, which will be very, very soon, peace. I'm out.